Hi, class. I wanted to do the first lyric from the carol sequence of John the Blind Audelay using the Ten Commandments. I wanted to do a little video of it to just give you a sense of the kinds of decisions I'm making in pronunciation in order to get a rhythm that I like, essentially. Um, First of all, you'll notice that there are variations in number of syllables in the lines. Um, this first stanza right here, the first line could be pronounced with either 8 or 9 syllables, depending on whether you pronounce the final E or not. The second line is 8, 8 or 9, 8. Then this one, this is a key line for our understanding the meter of the poem, because it has to have 10 syllables. The Vater, the Moder, the worship I. There's no other way to pronounce it. So we know that some lines in the poem can have 10 syllables. And then we also have a line like this, which we know has 8 syllables. In Clonnis Cape your holiday. There's no other way to pronounce it. We don't pronounce the final E in Cape because it's followed by a Y. In Clonnis Cape your holiday. And that's just 8 syllables. So we know that there's variation in these lines. There's no regularity. But we also think that since they have a certain rhythm to them, and since they rhyme, we want to hear those rhymes. At least I want to hear them, and I assume that when they were being spoken or sung, the original author wanted to hear them too. And so, in pronouncing them, I'm going to do it so that we hear the rhyme. So, let's give it a try. This is the Latin. Hic incipiunt decem praecepta in modum cantilene. Amon, if thou wouldst save be, forsock thee sin, or it do they. And love the God over all thing, the neighbour as thyself, he say. Let be your oath, your false swearing, in clonness keep your holiday. Leave ye may. Amon, if thou would save be, forsock thee sin, or it do they. The Vater, the Moder, the worship I, slay no man for a worldly thing, backbiete no man nicht ne die, for this is God's aist and his bidding. Leave ye may. Amon, if thou would save be, forsock thee sin, or it do they. False witness lookadu non beara, decita ne theft lookadu do non. Leture do most forsweara, herbaith commandmentes average on, leave ye may. Amon, if thou would save be, forsock thee sin, or it do they. Thach thou be king, and wear the crown, mon have mind of thine ending. The wheel of fortune will toot thee doon, when thou art called to the reckoning. Leave thou may. Amon, if thou wilt save be, forsock thee sin, or it do they. Thou shalt account full sickerly for all the goodies that God they send, who thou hast getten him, in what degree, who thou hast holden, who thou hast spent, leave thee may. Amon, if thou wilt save be, forsock thee sin, or it do they. Alright, so just one last little thing. I want to look at this, the third stanza. And there are really two ways that you could say it. These two lines here could either have 8 syllables or 10 syllables, depending on pronunciation of final E. The way I did it last time, I pronounced final E. When I underline it, that means I pronounce it. Let's pretend now that they're not underlined. And so we'll do 8, 8, 8, and 10. There's no getting around the fact that this last line is 10 syllables. I guess it could be 9 syllables if we elide this right here and say commandments. Herbaith commandments, average one. So let's see. And we don't pronounce the final E there. That would be Herbaith commandments average on. That's 9. We might even make it into 8. All right, I was wrong. Herbaith commandments average. So there, I'm also eliding the second syllable right there, and turning it into 8. Okay, well, let's do the whole thing as 8. False witness, look du non bear. Deceit ne theft, look du do non. Lecheré du must forswear. Herbaith commandments average on. It works, right? It sounds okay. Sometimes you got to think these things out, but don't sweat every single poem in here to get it right. All right, that's it. The others I'll just do in audio, with some chance to repeat after me.